Autistic families need a village, and unfortunately, that village that parents envision doesn't really exist, and it never really has. I'll be your host, Sven Sharpen, for today's episode of Sharpen the Narrative. So, I came across a parent on Substack, link will be in the description, with an autistic daughter who she's having a hard time raising because autistic developmental paths aren't quite the same as what's expected. The current playbook doesn't work too well for autistic kids, so parents and most others don't know what to do, and they often resort to abusive practices in order to keep the kids in line with the way the system wants them to be. It's quite frankly Marxist if you think about it, the way the system has ended up. It's a real problem that there isn't a real village, but there is hope because I am trying to rebuild, or I guess pioneer, that village. That you can't rebuild something if it never existed at all to begin with. So it's a really stressful situation for parents and teachers and even just people we hang out around because nobody knows what to do. And no good playbook has been set to exist. The neurodiversity movement had a chance to actually build a village, and they completely flopped it and got swallowed up by the trans cult. So we really have to focus on keeping ourselves firm in what we believe in when we build this village. This woman reports researching as much as she could about autism and still being stressed for reasons that I literally just mentioned, because again, there's no village. And quite frankly, the system takes advantage of inexperienced parents and tells them that one certain type of treatment, the one that assumes that all autistic kids have intellectual disabilities and should be thrown into special needs programs and medicated, that's what the system provides, and it is absolutely evil. We need truthful, evidence-based treatment if you even need any treatment at all. It really does take an entire village, like an entire community, to raise an autistic kid. And as I've said before, and will continue to say until this village exists, there's no autism community, and there never has been. I'm the one who's trying to build a community from zero so that autistic kids in the next generations will actually have people to help them and people who understand them and see every issue that they face and who know exactly how to respond to certain autistic behaviors and interests and all these other things. It's both children and adults, parents, and sometimes teachers who feel really isolated. And I know what this feels like. I know what my parents felt like. I grew up largely without a serious community until I sort of became popular around 5th grade with people, largely because I stood up to the system and fought against it in a school where most of the kids were afraid to do that. I stood up for myself because I had nothing to lose, and I'm going to continue doing that. I'm putting a stop to all the child abuse. We're going to have a village, and once the village is there, the special needs industry that thinks of us as a statistic or an object to be exploited will be in retreat. We will not put up with their nonsense anymore, and if we're together, we can meaningfully fight back and pass legislation to ban the child abuse that the neurodiversity movement simply couldn't do. If you guys know a church or a school, like a private school, who knows exactly what they're doing, who knows the truth behind everything, or just a group of people like detransitioners know a lot about what's going on, parents of autistic kids know a lot about what's going on, we are the village, and we just need to be together. I founded an organization called the Autistic Freedom Network last year. It turns 1 year old next week, and I might update the website to include that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But our goal is to build the very village that you guys have dreamed of, and to actually offer the hope that you've longed for your whole lives, especially the children. The children need leadership and guidance. They don't need to be put in a room where they're told they're worthless and given SEL garbage all the time, and then massively abused when they don't quite comply with the agenda of special needs. We're going to have a website update, and if you are capable of donating to us, I would definitely appreciate it if you did. We will take any donations we can get. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to the kids who need help, to the parents who need help, because I'm going to provide all the guidance I need. I'll talk with others like Maya Poet. She's been great. Excelenzic. She's been all right. And anyone else who either knows about autism, is autistic themselves, or is a parent of an autistic kid, we can provide the village that we've dreamed of for so long, and that's literally what the Autistic Freedom Network is meant to do. Just pray for us, and we will be on our way. Pray for us, and we will be with you soon. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Autistic Freedom Network. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you guys next week. Goodbye.